Starter and structure decks are an integral part of Yu-Gi-Oh's history, with some seeing play as Tier 1 meta contenders, and others as Table 500 fodder. Each week, join Tally and I, the Big Fat Celestial, as we go head-to-head and open new starter or structure decks in chronological order to answer the question, just how broken can our decks become? Each week, the winner will receive some prize packs, while the loser gets dibs on the next starter or structure deck. Welcome to the Structure Deck Progression Series.
Okay, so for episode 10 we were starting to shake things up a little bit and just make it so that things don't ever get stale. And by doing that we're going to introduce the ban list. So here's where we're currently at. These are all the current forbidden monsters, which don't matter because we are on a traditional ban list. So all of these would for us be at 1. All of these would for us be at 1, all of these for us would be at 1. Now most of these cards we don't actually have. Last Will's like, fine, it's in there, but a lot of them we don't actually have, not a big deal. Limited is where it starts to get kind of big though. I have Breaker, I only have 1 though, so that's not a big deal, but for things that are going to impact us, so potentially Spirit Reaper, Jamie is going to get more copies of Spirit Reaper because he is going to lose this week and pick the zombie structure deck. For brain control, that's actually quite big because we both have used that in the past. Fissure, again quite big, we both have used that. Where is it? MST, actually quite big, both of us use MST quite a bit. Scapegoat, Smashing Ground, we only really have one of those each. Swords, kind of hits me quite a bit. Call the Haunted, Gravity Bind, we know I'm a big fan of Gravity Bind. They're all limited now. Semi-limited actually doesn't matter too much, and of course I'll include the link to this list in the description so that you can check it out and keep us on track. Drop some comments to let me know what you think about it. And now on to the structure deck. So I picked Machine Revolt for this week, which I don't think is really that bad a choice. Gadgetron Dragon's not happening, neither is Chimera, and Engineer, if it was just a little bit better, I actually would have loved to play it if it was slightly higher attack points. But overall, the Ancient Gears actually aren't bad. They have one card in particular that's absolutely insane. Dread Dynamo I'm not going to be playing, neither for Mechanical Chaser, but green, red and yellow Gadget are all nuts. The reason that they're nuts is because they all add each other, right? So this is going to get red, this is going to get yellow, this is going to get green, meaning that realistically, every time I summon one of these, I get another discard fodder, and I maintain card advantage and I deck fin. So with all the draw cards that I have, deck finning's really powerful, so I'll take these easily. Ancient Gear Golem's not going in, but Ancient Gear Beast absolutely is. So it's a 2000 attack, 1 tribute monster that completely shuts down the Pyramid Turtle engine. It cannot be special summoned, which sucks, alright, because I would love to be able to keep recurring it, but if it attacks, my opponent cannot activate any spell or trap cards until the damage step, or at the end of the damage step, even better. And the effect of an opponent's monster destroyed by battle with this card, including in the graveyard, are negated, meaning Pyramid Turtle's gone for. If we manage to boost the attack or remove his, or reduce the attack of his Vampire Lord, also done for. So this is really big. Ancient Gear Soldier, not too bad, I'm not really going to be looking to use it. Ancient Gear might actually be funny because it's a free special summon later on down the line. Ancient Gear Cannon, not too great. Now the Ancient Gear spells, not amazing, I'm going to be honest, not particularly amazing. Limiter removal, going to add to the deck. Enemy controller's going to be big. Machine Dupe could be amazing later on down the line. Pot of Avarice is really big because last week we won, or we lost, purely because we didn't have that recurrence. Another Sakuretsu Armor's nice for me, and that's really it. So let's take it to the deck profile. Alrighty everyone, it's that time of week again. As the 7 week loser in a row, I get a pity pack. Now, we're opening up Champion Pack 4 today, and notable cards in this pack are things like Confiscation. We also have Hydrogeddon, which is insane. Treeborn Frog is a common, DD Survivor, which could be good after next week. Now here's the truth. Sometimes Jamie and I will sit and we'll kind of open up a couple of packs, right? We'll just see what the pull rates are like. I've opened 100 of these packs and I've pulled free Confiscation, so I'm going to be honest, my odds of getting it are low. So our aim for today, Treeborn Frog or DD Survivor. This pack's not bad. Let me tell you why. Gigantes, I could actually run, right? I've got one, it'd be good to have another, and truthfully, I have a lot of Earths. My deck is almost entirely Earths now. Treeborn Frog is good just as like to be able to, you know, it's tribute fodder really. Mother Grizzly, don't really care about, I've already got the playset. But these two are actually not bad. I will take these. Let's take it to the deck. Okay, let's go through the deck profile. So the deal is I have kept Mobius, added Grandmarg, and added Ancient Gear Beast. The reason for these is because we've got some cards that allow us to steal, and these cards are really nice. So even as like a 1 tribute, this card's super nice and I really like to see it. We've now added the gadgets, which are all insane, can't all be summoned off of Giant Rat, meaning that Giant Rat is actually not just now a neutral in card economy, it's a +1. It also allows us to go into Wild Heart, which is really big because it's unaffected by traps. And of course we have the Mystic Tomato, Sangan, and Magician of Faith, and our Witch of the Black Forest, alright, so these are going to be our recruiters, which are going to grab us our Giant Rat. Things like Witch can also search Hydrogeddon, which of course is still really nice for a bit of battle card economy. Exiled Force is great, especially in conjunction with Last Will, and Hyper Hammerhead's really nice, because if Jamie's going on the aggression, then we can make sure that we can like get a little bit of defense, right? Because Giant Rat, let's say it's destroyed, okay, Hyper Hammerhead comes out, and that then means that if he wants to push, then he's going to lose a monster because it's essentially a better Wall of Illusion. Tribe Infecting Virus, still sticking with it's a good lad, and Breaker the Magical Warrior. For our spells, I'm running Pot of Avarice because I do like to recur some resources. Heavy Storm, Giant Trunade for my big blowout back row removal, my singular MST for a little bit more. 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Prem, 1 Graceful, 1 Pog, 1 Snatch, 1 Change of Heart. These cards are just never going to change. This actually makes it really difficult to build these decks because you've got about 8 slots, 9 slots that are just never going to change. And then we have Last Will. Last Will in conjunction with Giant Rat is insane because if we can use Last Will, crash a Giant Rat, get something new, and then summon one from deck. So, love it. Lightning Vortex, I noticed last week I had a huge lack of effect removal. Necro Valley, just to say no to the graveyard based effects. 1 Call the Haunted, 1 Torrential, 3 Sack, and a Reckless Greed because I'm thinking, yeah, drawing cards is good. That's what the deck really does. And that's the main deck. For the side deck, we have a little bit more removal. We've got Smashing Ground, we've got Brain Control, the 3rd Lightning Vortex, Kaiku, Gigantes. I'm going to test this out. I actually think it could potentially be really nice because if it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can blow up all of the traps and spells on the field. Of which I'm not really going to have many, so I'm not too bothered. 2 Noblemen, 1 Swords, which makes me sad, 2 Creature Swap, 3 Compulse, 1 Limiter removal for the haha funnies, and an enemy controller. Overall, I think this deck is going to cover the bases that it couldn't last week, in that it's got more ways to push, and that it's also going to have more ways to recur and build advantage. Is it going to be like the best version of this deck? I don't know, I'm really liking it. I really like it in theory. In theory, every card works. But I say this all the time in theory. Let's see it in action. Let's take it to the duels.
Well, I sold it too well, and he gave us dragons, because the temptation of having the ancient gears that stop our Pyramid Turtle, can't activate spell and traps in the damage step was too tempting. So I really shouldn't have sold this deck as well as I did last stream, because I actually really did want the machine deck. It comes with one of all the gadgets. The ancient gear monsters, whilst they might not be good in the sphere of Yu-Gi-Oh! In a series like this, they can be pretty astounding, especially for your tributes. And this does mean that Tally has an out to Pyramid Turtle, and not only that, you know, it's something we can't use Sekiretsu armor against them, so we rely on a lot of spell removal, which guess what? We have it, so, you know, it's going to be a little bit fidgety, to say the least. But, you know, I'm not too worried, it'll be fine. But let's talk about Rise of the Dragonlord structure deck before we move on to the other parts of this episode. So, our boss monster for this deck is Felgran Dragon, one of multiple retrains, but this is the original. Cannot be special, can't be special summoned except from the graveyard, and only if it was sent there from the field. So it's a bit fidgety, you're not really gonna you're not really going to do much reviving stuff with it. We then get Dark Blaze Dragon, Herald of Creation, and Decoy Dragon. Decoy Dragon could be really good for us later on when we're able to build more of a dragon strategy. Decoy Dragon, at least earlier in the show, in the series rather, is pretty good. Being able to revive dragons from the grave at level 7 or higher, and it changes the attack target to them, so this definitely could come up. And it is accessible off of Masked Dragon, which is also in this. But yeah, I'm not going to get too bogged down by it. Spear Cretin, which obviously made a bit of an impact in Simo's new series, where it's like, you know, they use a set and then they move on. So this could be good. With only one copy, I'm not too sure though. The deck space is getting very tight for us. Guilford the Lightning, which is a bit of a, it's kind of a god card condition board wipe. So, you know, it is what it is. Morphing Jar, number 1. Morphing Jar is a really good card and could be used in a variety of different strategies. But in a format like this, where flip effects and so on are still very good, this card is limited at this time. This could really help us set up the grave, get advantage, and so on. We then get Kaiser Seahorse, Tyrant Dragon, which is actually an incredibly good summon. Tyrant Dragon being immune to traps and so on, or I think if it's targeted? Yeah, negate any trap that targets this card, so that's not the best, but he does get an additional attack, he's not bad. We then get Twin-Headed Behemoth, which used to be part of a really weird ruling issue, but this is again just another really good tribute card. You can blow this thing up with things like your own Dark Hole and it will revive and so on. It only does that once per duel, but early on this is a good way to like have a monster. You really shouldn't need to worry about what happens to it if it gets beaten over or something like that. You'll revive it, you can tribute into one of your monarchs, or you get a bigger beat sticks. We then get Guardian Angel Joan, Horus the Black Flame, which is unaffected by spell cards. So anything saying unaffected is absurdly good. The only problem it has as a tribute summon is that it's a 2300. So unfortunately it does lose to any of the other tribute summons that we're really playing, in the case of the monarchs and so on. And being immune to spells is decent, but fidgety. This deck then comes with, I think, 2 copies of Masked Dragon, the Creator Incarnate, Flame Ruler, Majestic Mech Goryu, and then probably the best monster we get from this entire thing for a good while, 1 copy of Snipe Hunter. Discard a card, target a card in the field, roll a 6-sided die, and destroy that target. This card is absolutely nuts. So every time, you know, you have a 1 in 3 chance of failure, sure, but this is not a once per turn. You can load up your grave, you can do some really fun stuff with Snipe Hunter. We're gonna get a copy of Trade-In. Not the best now, but you know, there's a few Blue Eyes decks, there's a few stuff like that, there's a few things like that that come up. Having extra copies of Trade-In could be really helpful. Foolish Burial, definitely a card that gets better later on. We have Soul Exchange, good for if we rely on more Monarch strategies. We already have Giant Grenade, Shallow Grave, Premature Burial, Wingbeat of Giant Dragon, again another good card for any dragon-heavy strategies. Terraforming, which for most of this entire series will be at 3, so any extra copies of this we can pick up will be absolutely nuts when we pick up some good field spells. Big Bang Shot is a really good equipped spell, generically gives you 400 attack and gives you piercing. It's not bad. Mystic Walk, another copy of Lightning Vortex. Brain Control, another good card. Mausoleum of the Emperor. Now this is a really good card, but the problem is it works both ways. Both players are able to use Mausoleum of the Emperor. As much as there are some decent dragons to summon, I do not want to play a card that is going to let Tally summon terrifying Ancient Gears, all these Ancient Gear boss monsters that are actually a real threat to us. I do not want him being able to summon them for free. We are lucky enough he doesn't have Gear Town, because this is of course still using the old field spell rules where there can only be 1 on the field. If another is played, the first is technically destroyed. So that does trigger things like Gear Town, but whew, it's not too bad. Malevolent Catastrophe is a very interesting piece of back row devastation. You know, we do have Heavy Storm and Giant Trunade at the moment. Neither of us have Harpy's Feather Duster. So it's not the greatest, but as a battle trap, it's not bad. Mordust Tornado we already have. Call we already have at 3. Magic Jammer, Sekirotsu Armor, and a copy of Draining Shield. There's some really great staple traps and stuff here. The problem is, against ancient gear stuff, it's not going to matter too much. Don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting Tally to come at us with a huge ancient gear package. There's probably only one, maybe two he's looking at and thinking, yes, I need to use them. But it's enough to be a threat. And there's a lot of ways Tally can build his deck, being that most of those machines are Earth, he has giant rats and so on. But yeah, that's the structure deck. Let's move into our prize packs now, and let's see if we get something good. This week, once again, no surprise, we are the winner, so we are going to be opening 3 packs. Now, Champion Pack 4 probably has some of the best cards we could acquire early on. Without further ado, let's open our 3 packs and see what we are rocking with. So, yes, that's what we wanted. We wanted the 1 copy of Treeborn Frog. This is a really great grab. This is something we can really use to keep our board presence. Divine Sword Phoenix Blade is, it's a decent equipped spell. I doubt we're really going to be getting into any shenanigans with warrior loops, but it's a cool card to have. But Gigantus, good card. Easy summon, 1900 beater, especially when we get into the XYZ era. This could be something really useful for keeping board presence and so on. So that's our first pack. I wish this rare was a confiscation, but beggars can't be choosers. Let's move on to our second pack. And we've got Robin Goblin, Manju, and Mother Grizzly. And let's open our third pack. Come on, confiscation. Come on, confiscation. Another Treeborn Frog, but it is limited already in this format, I think, so I can't really use it. Another Gigantus and a Grand Tiki Elder. Let's move into the deck and show you what we have got for this ready. So here we are. Of course, we're still with the zombie strategy. Why wouldn't we be? Tally may have the monsters that make this a little bit harder, but ultimately this is still the best strategy. We have it very consistently, and we've just put in more solutions. So I will maybe make some quick changes to the deck based on the prize packs that we got, but we'll have a wee look through everything that's here first. So, we still of course have our 2 Thestalos, Rio Kilki and Vampire Lord, our 3 Pyramid Turtle, Best Boy, Spirit Reaper, which is at 1 in this format, our DD Warrior Lady, 2 Marauding Captain, Exiled Force, the new edition of Snipe Hunter. We still have Witch, which is banned now, but again, traditional format. Sangan, Mystic Tomato, Magician of Faith, which is now down to 1, and Apprentice Magician is at 2. So Tally still has good access to Magician of Faith. We only have the 1 copy, but so many of our spells are so good, it's still worth playing just the 1. We've then got the Twin-Headed Behemoth, just to keep giving us board presence, and our Morphing Jar. We then have 2 Book of Life, 2 Creature Swap, the Book of Moon, and then to really try and deal with those pesky boss monsters, Dark Hole and Smashing Ground. The Creature Swap also being a part of that. Things like Sekiretsu Armor is not going to reliably be good enough for us to deal with those boss monsters, so we need on-the-field removal, and these strategies still work really well for us. We can still give away our own Pyramid Turtle, Magician of Faith, and run into things, so Creature Swap is still very good for us. 2 Rota, because at this point in time this is now semi-limited, so we get an additional copy, giving us access to some of our best cards, and maybe another opportunity to set up the Marauding Captain lock. Monster Reborn, Change of Heart, Snatch Steal and Heavy Storm, Pot Upgrade and Premature Burial, of course all our standards, and then making up for the MSTs that we lose, we've got 2 Dusk Tornado, our 1 Call of the Haunted, and our Torrential Tribute, because again, we just need stuff that's not battle phase reliant. In the side deck, we have gone back to the Bone Tower, because this time we have got Card Destruction, Morphing Jar, and Bone Tower. It is getting more possible now. It is true now, more so than it has ever been, that we may be able to beat Tally via deck out. So, assuming and when we win Game 1, I will put in Bone Tower, and we will, once again, try to deck him out, because that would just be the funniest thing. For the Deckmaster Challenge, Felgrand is in there as well, because it would be really nice to get an extra pack. And, he's a decent body, so he's better than some of the other Deckmaster Challenges we've had. 1 Mirage Dragon if he goes down a more trap-heavy route, and then more removal with Lightning Vortex. Enemy Controller, 1 Fisher, Giant Grenade, more back row removal with Malevolent and Dust. And then there's all the battle traps, just in case he takes a different approach.
I made a little bit of a mistake, and I maybe didn't hit the record button when we started this episode of Prog, so I'm going to commentate the first couple turns and then we'll go back to the actual footage. Thankfully, you only missed really a couple of plays. So, here's the deal. We're just going to fast forward through it all because it's not super, like, crazy. So we're starting off with a giant rat and he's going to snipe Hunter Mate, of course, sending the Vampire Lord, by the way. Quite disgusting. Book a life in, getting both on field. I'm going to send a tomato, grab myself the Hydrogeddon, get booked, get decked, get punched, sending my Hyper Hammerhead, going into giant rat, punching, taking damage, going into giant rat, punching, taking damage. Then I get the Exiled Force. And now we're going to cut back into the actual play. So for my Earth, I suppose I'll just have to go... I'll attack Snipe Hunter again. And I'll take my 200 as well. One for each. Now I summon Exiled Force. Go main phase 2.
I mean, I get that you're deck thinning, but Giant Rat's still like a good top deck for you.
Ah, yeah, it is, so I'm going to put it back.
Oh! Oh, that's unexpected. Oh, okay. Okay. Does it draw 2 with Avarice?
It does.
What was the stat? Power of Avarice was semi-limited or limited?
I think it was limited at this point.
Yeah, good cards.
Good cards indeed. Oh, sickest of rips. I've normal summoned, yes, so I'm going to declare this, tributing this to get rid of this.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely certain I have red Vampire Lord, yes.
Okay. No, don't do it. Wait, no.
I'm going to Premature Burial.
Yeah.
Bringing back this.
That life point count's getting real low. Oh, no.
You're right.
Per turn.
Not once per turn. Gonna pop your Snipe Hunter.
Okay. Damn, I've... Things have taken a turn, but...
Yeah, baby. Thumbs up.
Okay. I was feeling very comfortable. I no longer feel that degree of comfort. Things have taken a staggering turn.
Giant Rat's too good. Better than Pyramid Turtle. I got my own Vampire Lord now, baby.
Oh my gosh. I am in danger. I don't believe it. One premature burial begets another.
Okay.
Pay 8, feel great.
Pay, feel great.
Summon Snipe Hunter.
Yep. If you land on a 1 or 6, this is in fact the game.
Come on.
This game. As am I. I'll go, funnily enough, I'll go first. We'll try this again.
Oh, yeah. For some reason I thought I was picking.
You might have seen this one before. I'm gonna normal summon a giant rat.
You know you can set him, right?
Yeah, but like...
He's got 1450 defense.
Kinda on a little bit too thick.
He's not bad.
Yeah,
He's not bad, I'll give it that.
He is a giant rat.
Normal summon Marauding Captain and activate its effect.
Understandable, yes.
I will special summon Witch of the Black Forest.
Fair play. The card's good.
I will then pass back to you. Okay, alright. As long as it's not tribute summon into one of the ancient gear things, I'm okay for now.
Yeah, I'll have to discard that.
Okay, I'll activate effect of Witch of the Black Forest.
Mm-hmm.
And I shall acquire Thestalos.
Fair.
Thestalos. Thestalos?
Fistastastis. And then
Yes, with the mouth.
24, please.
I don't like taking damage. I very rarely have to type in any damage taken.
And I'll pass.
Okay, so that's a decent top deck. Yeah, either way, you kind of get a decent position. So I'll use Snatch Steal and Steal Giant Rat.
Mm-hmm.
I will then tribute off Giant Rat.
Yep.
Summon Thestarestos.
Yep.
And activate its effect. So we'll go 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 1 to 3. Damn, no burn. I've used my normal. Yeah, I'll just have to push over Sangan. I feel like I normally have much more advantage by this point. What's going on?
I mean, technically you do. You've got more cards in hand than me.
Yeah, but you've also got the Sangan going off here. I think I kind of know. Like, I'm obviously not in, like, the worst position in the world. Did you just get Giant Rat there?
I did.
Throw it back to you.
Okay. You'll like this play, Jamie. I'm gonna normal summon Giant Rat. I'm gonna creature swap.
Oh no. Oh no.
How does it feel?
No. No. I think I've done this once successfully with Pyramid Turtle.
Even.
Everything's gone to shit fast.
And now, chat, I have become the Jamie, the big fat Cumbernaldian. Ha ha.
Are you implying that to become the Jamie, you just have to be the fat?
No, it was the voice. The voice was what made me the Jamie.
You wouldn't have been wrong.
And I suppose it would be rude of me to not deck Finn a little.
Oh. The advantage, the resources. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, we are in a situation. I need a good draw here.
Normal summon Snake Punter. Discard Vampire Lord. Please don't. I'm actually very fragile.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
I'm
also
both
really
thinking
low
that.
on life. I'm going to summon a Pyramid Turtle.
Okay.
I'm going to go Pyramid Turtle. Smash into Green Gadget.
Yes, Green Gadget is a go-go.
I have made a grievous error.
General Kenobi.
Oh, I might need to do that instead. Oh my gosh. Do I need to do that instead? I think I do. No! Fine, okay, I'm gonna special summon Spirit Reaper.
Oh shit.
I took out Rio Koki.
You took out Rio Koki. Oh.
Well, I sided it out.
J-Meister, that's big. Do you know what else is big? Graceful Charity.
It's fine, as long as you draw into absolutely nothing.
Jesus Christ.
Bin 2, my boy. feels pretty bad. Can you imagine if you got 2 of each of them?
Honestly, so nasty.
I mean, I think they do come up again later. I think they're in like one of the Yugi structure decks.
Normal summon Hyper Hammerhead, which will return Spirit Reaper to hand at the end of damage step. Tally can win, Copium!
An opponent's monster that battled this. Oh no! No way! I don't believe it!
Oh, Tally can win, Copium. And man, it would really suck for this to be the first week that I win in a long time.
I really wish I hadn't sold the machines as well as I did last week.
You really changed my mind. I was going to be dragging D's nuts. Holy shiz.
So I will draw.
Yes, you shall.
Okay. I'll activate Reinforcements of the Army.
Oh, Rota big. Rota big.
Go for Marauding Captain.
Fair. That captain does maraud.
I'm then going to normal summon Marauding Captain and use its effect and summon out Mystic Tomato.
Okay, fair.
I'll then set 1 and pass to you.
I shall draw for turn. I'll start off with Graceful Charity.
Yep. Graceful has always been like obviously a very good card, but you've never really been in a position where like your deck generates so much advantage. But purely because of all the machine shenanigans you can do now, it really does.
Yeah.
And it's just extra terrifying.
Normally when I say sick rips, I usually like it's not sick rips. Yeah, that's not very good right now, and neither is that.
Okay.
How much can I push? Let's summon Red Gadget and use its effect.
Okay, understandable.
Which gets me by far the worst gadget. Because he is puny.
I mean...
I'll activate Lightning Vortex. Ditching Yellow Gadget.
How many copies of Lightning Vortex are you playing?
2.
I think it's at 1.
Are you shitting me?
Oh, okay. Okay, sure.
And...
Oh.
Yeah, I'll punch for 1300.
I will take 1300. Oh, I don't know if that was the card I wanted. Shoot. This is like the first time in a long while where I have really felt at a complete disadvantage.
Really?
Yeah.
All because these
Really?
little multicolored gears.
Yeah, like having all the thing about the gadgets is they make discard fodder cards worth it.
Yeah.
So everything that like previously was pretty bad because you needed to discard, that is completely mitigated by the gadgets.
Yeah.
So what do I don't even wait. Hang on. What does red search? Yellow. So I don't think I know any of the other cards in your hand, do I?
No. I almost kind of wish like that I had Yellow Gadget on field instead of Red, because Red is still just big enough for your Pyramid Turtle plays if you have them.
I'm gonna set 2 and I'm gonna pass.
Okay, understandable.
Thing is, for however worried I might be, you're actually probably way more worried because you're like, it's finally happening. Is it gonna happen?
I'm like, oh baby, a triple. Now here's the question. Why the hell did I get rid of Nobleman in my first turn?
If you follow that up by saying, because I had another one, I'm very upset.
No, not quite, not quite. But what I do have is Hydrogadden.
Okay.
The question is, do I do the thing? Yeah, let's see how this goes. Fucking Spirit Reaper.
He's buying us time. He's buying us time.
Okay. Sheesh. I'll end my turn.
Okay. Good. This is good, but it's not good enough. Oh, hell. I'm gonna pass. I don't like your silence. Am I about to like get absolutely bodied?
I don't know if bodied is the word. Just got to do a little bit of thinking. Yeah, I'll end my turn here.
Okay.
It is what it is. It's do be what do be.
This helps. This definitely helps.
I don't like that.
Oh my gosh, I could set that up. That'd be so funny. Okay. This is what I needed at last. Enough lollygagging. I'm gonna use Premature Burial.
Okay.
Feel great.
Yep, pay it feel great.
And I will summon back Mystic Tomato.
Yes.
I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna take the risk.
Mm-hmm.
Use card destruction.
I fucking knew you had it.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, those are 4 very good cards.
Oh, I just drew another 4 very good cards though.
Oh. Oh, I don't quite like the circumstance. Still not ideal. Still not ideal.
Have you discarded?
Right.
Oh yeah, it was Mausoleum Captain. Sorry, I just seen it.
I'll take out the red gadget.
Fair.
I will set a card. The thing is, those particular cards enabled like quite literal OTKs. So without them, I shouldn't have to worry about like getting absolutely choke slammed.
It was God, that was upsetting. I will be honest.
It might not have given me the card that I wanted, but it probably saved me from dying next turn. I've tried to end turn.
We'll give it a second. It's been pure glitchy.
Come on, dueling book, work. Come on.
It's fine. We'll take it easy.
I don't want to like spam clip it here. Give it another wee second. Come on. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
So, technically, not really. Hydrogeddon is such an issue. Oh my gosh, I missed Paul Harder. Did I?
I don't think you did.
I don't know.
Oh man.
It's absurdly tough.
What game so far? What, like, episode 10, best episode so far. I'll normal summon Rat.
Sure.
I'll go battle phase. And crash Rat with Mystic Tomato.
Sure, tomato effect.
Oh shit, sorry. Let's send that to grave. Rat effect.
Oh, I'm trying to... I've got two avenues of approach.
Yeah. So I'll resolve second, since you'll be chain link 2.
Oh my gosh, this is absurdly difficult. Do I want that or do I want that? Yeah, I guess this is just better in more situations. I'm gonna summon Witch of the Black Forest. That comes in an attack. Summon Witch of the Black Forest off of Tomato.
Cool. Off of Rat, I'll summon Hyper Hammerhead.
Not good.
You've still got 3 set cards. This could go very poorly for me. I'll attack Witch with Hydro.
Thinking. Big think. Another Hydrogeddon is a problem. It's a big problem.
Jamie, I'm shaking.
I'm gonna take the 500 and activate Witch.
Cool. Chainlink 1, I'll be Hydro.
So from Witch, I will go for...
A Pyramid Turtle.
That's one option.
Oh, or I suppose you have the Monarchs, which are like, they all have enough defense for Witch. Oh, that's big, actually. Oh, that is big.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Stalos.
Yep. Stalos do be a good rip. I will summon my second Hydrogeddon.
And then I will... Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. I will Hyper Hammerhead to Spirit Reaper.
I will use Book of Moon at the declaration.
Ooh. That was a good play. I'll move into main phase 2. I'll set 1. and I'll pass.
I'll Dust Tornado the set. Ooh. And I will draw. Oh, Tally boy, oh, Tally boy.
I don't want to hear it.
The tides are turning. So, I don't, right, okay, I actually have plays now. So, we're gonna use our Change of Heart to take Hyper Hammerhead. Use it.
I was just double checking that Change of Heart's like not face up or anything done like that.
I'm then gonna tribute him off.
Fair.
I don't know why I did that as a special summon, but summon Thestalos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go for 6. Show me a sick rip. That's a pretty sick rip.
So what do I lose? 100 times its level?
100,
6.
so yeah, you'll take 600. Okay. Okay, thanks. Edging it back just a bit. You've lost your Monster Reborn. You've lost your Change of Heart. You've lost a lot of, like, big comeback cards. I'm kind of tempted to do that, but honestly, this could be better. Summon that, go into that, which gets me that for later. And then that leaves you with something. Don't really want to leave you with something. I don't want to leave you with a Hydrogeddon. Oh, okay. Like, my position is good, but it's not, like, insane. I'm going to use Monster Reborn, and I'm going to take Grand Marg.
Well, damn.
I will then change Spirit Reaper to attack. Battle phase will go over for 800. And another 800. And then we're going to poke for 300. And we're going to rip another card. 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Let's get rid of that one. Yes! Yes! It is dead, which means that the other play I was considering, the other play I was going to take, I would have literally lost the match because of it. I will pass to you and hope you don't top deck a board removal. It's not game next turn. Yeah, okay, draw. Not bad. Do I leave this in attack? I mean, running over it, there's nothing you can summon that could run over and kill me. And this could literally take you down to 0 cards. So we'll do that. So we'll use Grand Marg. Oh, shit. Okay.
Thinking.
Sure. Oh, it stays a 50-50. I mean, at least this week you can't really say it's much about like zombie shenanigans, other than like the game 1 thing with Vampire Lord, Snipe Hunter, and Book of Life.
What type Spirit Reaper?
Zombie. So yeah, go for the 300 then, and let's 1 to 3, 4 to 6. Let's get rid of this. Oh, no. Wait, what did you search off of Sangan?
Giant rat.
Yes. Main phase 2. You've got 2800 life, so you can run into me without dying. And take 1,000. Means whatever you summon off a giant rat needs to be good, and you need to top deck really good. Do I want to use this now? No. I'll pass. I mean, Giant Rat just being a recruiter actually buys you time. You can just set it and survive, I suppose.
I think that's what I have to do.
Yeah. Nearly the card I need. Nearly the card I need. We'll go battle phase. Grand Marg?
Rat.
Yep. How many rats have you used? So you're summoning your third. So you will summon another body after this. It's fine.
What did I take? 8. Pay 8, feel great, baby.
You take 1,000. It's the difference between 14 and 24.
Oh, I thought it was 22 for a second, I don't know why.
And then main phase 2, I'm going to use Snatch Steal and take Wild Heart. I'll then tribute Wild Heart and summon Rio Koki.
Oh shit. If there is ever a comeback card, your boy has just drawn it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! Ah! No! Is that cards? Oh, it's just monsters, thank goodness.
Oh my god, imagine shuffling back 5 spell cards.
Shuffle back Monster Reborn, Lightning Vortex. Oh my god, I don't like where this is going. Oh, I mean, you have to play over a huge amount, but it literally is. If you have a dark hole, oh my gosh. Oh, the suspense.
Ah, god damn, this does nothing.
Oh! Ooh. Okay, still a dreaded set. Welcome back to surviving as long as possible with the more copies of Rat.
Who says that's Rat?
It's a thing. Oh.
Just gonna have a quick think. I'll take Rio Kyoki.
Sure.
You're probably thinking the smart thing to do is Spirit Reaper because it'll blow itself up, but I'm not a smart man, Jamie. I'm just a man.
Okay. Okay. What's that being a giant rat? Pretty high. If it is, you can't afford to take a bunch of direct attacks. What's the attack of rat? 14?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna normal summon DD Warrior Lady. Oh, I gain 1,000 life as well. Get my nice wee 1,000 off a Snatch Steal. I will then go battle phase. I will crash Grand Marg and Rio. Oops. I will then... Oh, I've miscalculated. Shit. I miscalculated. Give me timbers, I did this wrong. I did this wrong. Ayura might be in danger.
Are you sure?
Does Giant Rat need to go to the grave, or is it just when it's destroyed by battle?
Sent to the graveyard.
Okay, I'll go in with DD Warrior Lady. GG.
GG.
Wow. Made me work for that one, Tally. You made me work for that one. Oh my gosh.
What an actual belter of a top deck. What an actual fecker of a top deck. Literally the only top deck that wins you the game. And you've only got the one.
Which one?
The DD Warrior Lady.
Yeah, that...
The only card in your deck that wins you the game.
I'm just checking something. I don't actually think Pyramid Turtle says go to grave. No, it does. Oh my gosh. Oh, I really thought I messed it up, but that was a hell of a game. Oh my gosh.
No, Jamie, do you know what? I don't mean to be salty, but I'm gonna be salty. The what? The one singular card in 24. Overall, though, very good games. Very good games.
Wait, just about the DD Warrior top deck?
Yeah.
I mean, I
also misplayed in my Avarice because I should have got Hyper Hammerhead, which deals with pretty much everything.